Facing camera. How many of you would consider yourselves easily amused? Most of us would not admit it because there's a stereotype to that, and that is that people that are easily amused are usually simple and easily distractible. Alex Jones from Columbus University in the Odyssey Online February 20th, 2017 edition came up with a list of 10 traits of easily amused. You're constantly laughing and probably moving while doing so. Everything's hilarious. Others don't get it. People look at you like you're crazy. People know what you're thinking all the time. You're never bored. You're prone to infantile joy. Your cheeks are consistently sore, probably from laughing. And being around other easily amused people rocks. And you're rarely impressed. We can debate if the list describes ourselves or others, but we can't deny the connection of being amused rather easily by our devices. Breaking up the monotony of our daily routine with amusement and regular distractions through our devices seems well deserved on our busy schedules, but at what cost? I want to persuade you to take another look at the future and the past of amusements in culture. Our culture is at a crossroads with the effects of device amusement. Silicon Valley executives are turning their backs on the cyber world they created and pander. Screen-addicted youth face jail time for texting and driving, and sexting can carry felony charges requiring youth to register as sex offenders for up to 20 years. These are just a few of the real costs of our amusement so easily obtained. According to Oxford Dictionary, November 30th, 2018, the word of the year is toxic. I think toxic describes well the overdose of amusement that has become pandemic. The word toxic comes from the Greek word toxikon pharmakon, for lethal poison smeared on the points of arrows. Have our amusements become toxic arrows pointed to shoot and poison our reasoning capacity and creativity? Many researchers believe this is so. The American Journal of Education, April 3rd, 2017, reports the brain drain hypothesis. That is, the mere presence of one's own smartphone may occupy limited cognitive resources, thereby leaving fewer resources available for our other tasks and undercutting cognitive performance. Even more striking is the massive cyberquake in the Silicon Valley of executives recently banning their own children from the amusing screens with a serious concern of their addictive nature. Let's compare our amusement with first century distraction and the brutality of the Roman Colosseum. According to the editors of History.com to November 30th, 2018, first century amusements included 50,000 people packing like sardines into a stadium to watch gladiators, slaves, and animals be bloodlet in front of their very eyes. The Greco-Roman culture had brutal entertainment living on a razor's edge, but the culture also produced many great philosophers and thinkers. Our amusements today seem more refined, but they don't stir the struggle of life and death that probe us to ask important questions and to seek reasonable answers. Conversely, our amusement is sought to help us avoid uncomfortable realities. Megan Garber, in April 27, 2017 edition of The Atlantic, made the comment about Neil Postman, author of Amusing Ourselves to Death. He mistrusted entertainment not as a situation, but as a political tool. He worried that Americans' great capacity for distraction had compromised their ability to think and to want for themselves. Our culture is amusing and laughing all the way to the bank. Not just the bank, but to the school and the hospital. In an article by Nick De La Mara in Fast Company, January 20th, 2016, he states that hospitals and schools should be more like theme parks. His theory is that by looking at how designers make theme parks, we can get an understanding of how to make schools and hospitals more amusing. He says the idea is to replace transactional moments that dehumanize visitors with scenes and rituals that feel more important. Are you serious? Since when is school dehumanizing? And what kind of comprehensive experience can you have to help people feel like they're more important? The real cost of our amusement is affecting the next generation. Journalist Nellie Bowles, who writes about internet and tech culture, She reported in the New York Times article, October 26, 2018, a wariness that has been slowly brewing is turning into a region-wide consensus. The benefits of screens as a learning tool are overblown, and the risk for addiction and stunting development seems high. Richard Freed, author of Wired Child, offers 5 core steps to parents who want their children to have a more healthy interaction with technology. In Thrive Global, October 29, 2018 edition, he lists these: no gadget use on weekdays, use computers only for homework on school nights, emphasize print books at home, postpone giving kids smartphones and data plans till the age of 14 to 16, and no screens in the bedroom. It seems like our distractions to our screen is not so easily amused as it is abused. We cannot trust that a device is something to move us into the future without intentionality and addiction. Creators of the cyber world are turning their back on it, including teams of psychologists employed to develop techniques for addictive apps. What is our entertainment worth when our reasoning capacity is compromised and replaced with an addiction we can hardly detect but destroys like a Trojan horse? Will you fight for our young people? Many across the country are making a simple pledge, calling it Wait Till 8th, and promising not to let their kids have phones until 8th grade. This is not a movement of helicopter moms. This is coming as a clarion call from the Silicon Valley in California to parents, grandparents, babysitters, future parents, to guardians and educators alike, to protect our kids and our culture from toxic effects of being amused so easily.